I decided to share my experience being the only one, the only minority, because everyone online is sharing theirs in light of the Nolan Wells situation. And I went to college in Waco, Texas. I went to Baylor University. So there's not a lot of archaeologists that are black. Just putting that out there. So during my field school, we were in Central Texas working, and although I love my professor, I don't know why she would do this. So one day she decided to take us to a diner, and I guess one of the most historically racist towns in Texas. And I guess she had done this the years prior, but I don't know if she ever had a black student in her field school, because I don't know. I was like, we're going where? So we go, and she takes us to this cafe with a K, and its whole name is K's, K's, and K's. So they had to change their name at some point, but originally it was a three word name that all started with K's. She said that they had the best pies, and all I could think about was that Life, where they go into the diner and he's like, "Is this pie?" That's all I'm thinking of. Like, am I allowed to eat this pie? Are y'all gonna do something to my food? Am I okay, right? Because I am the only minority in the group, and I'm really uncomfortable. I'm feeling so uncomfortable. I have never been so uncomfortable in my life. And that's just the beginning of my archaeological career, because moving forward, there are so many times when I've been the only minority on the crew. And we're out in the middle of Missouri, Kansas, North Dakota, Minnesota, Illinois, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, and I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I have like 7 people with me, and I am the minority. I'm walking through people's farm fields, and I don't feel safe. I have rarely felt safe. I've had great crews though, but in my experience, I rarely have felt safe. So, for instance, one time I was in Kansas, and we go to this restaurant to get some chicken. And that was the most uncomfortable meal ever, because the glares that I was receiving it was like they were burning a hole in me. Like, I walked in the building, everyone turned and was like, who is this and why is she up in this establishment type? So going from that to literally going to the middle of nowhere and having someone ask me, like, what do you think about the KKK? Like, I'm at a bar and somebody asking me what I think about the KKK, and then proceeds to tell me how his friend has a grand poobah outfit or whatever the fuck they want to call that shit. I was like, okay, like, why are you telling me this? Like, it's weird. You've told me who you are, I know your affiliation, but it's like, why are you telling me, bro? And his son at the time was like, yo, like, quit it. Like, you're being weird. Leave her alone type. And it's just, yeah. So I noticed a difference too also in the type of racism I've experienced. Like, the North is a bit prejudiced, I would say, as opposed to like directly racism, because from the spectrum of me being in Texas and literally being called the N-word as I'm walking around the block of my neighborhood, I'm literally over by an elementary school walking my dog, and some fucktard yells out the window, N-word, as I'm walking. And this is not like a long time ago. These stories that we all have are not a long time ago. And when I tell people these stories, first off, I get but you're not even all black. I don't think that ever mattered. Or they just are in disbelief. Like, I had a girl at work, a white girl, and she just dead ass refused to believe that these racist things had occurred to me. Why would they do that to you? I don't know. I don't know. So all this to say, please don't be the only one. Don't be the only one. Have one friend with you. At least y'all can have each other back, if you can help it. Because I've been the only one many times. And gratefully, I always had, people around me that were not racist, that had my back, but not everybody has that. So I don't know what the moral of the story is or how we're going to move forward. And I'm just so shocked that nobody knows. Like, a lot of people don't know, but the KKK had a march on July 4th here in Washington, D.C. They literally were walking down and parading in their outfits. So please listen to people when we tell you that this is a problem and a serious issue that is still current.